The best actor in the world is Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
American Fiction. This is his, I don't know if it's his first #1 since Basquiat. He may be #1 on Westworld. I don't know. Because it's
there
more
was an
of,
indie movie where he was a prisoner, but it's indie.
It's indie. It's something.
It's not the same as
not Ride with
it's
the
not
Devil.
the same as a studio.
Right, not a studio or an Oscar. He's about to be nominated for the Oscar for American Fiction.
But
you know what I'm saying?
he's not getting #1.
He got it in
studios.
that, and watch what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what happens. He's going to be nominated for the Oscar for that. Watch what happens, man. The man who I call my big brother, Coleman Domingo.
Woo.
Coleman Domingo is shot himself to #1. He shot himself to the #1 on the call sheet.
With Rustin.
With Rustin, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? He shot himself. So it's like he's so undeniable. And I want to see what Coleman's going to do. Even when he was in Fear the Walking Dead, I was like, I don't care about anybody else in the cast. I want to see what this guy is doing.
The Touré show. Okay, though. The Touré show. Okay, though.
That might be the best question I've ever been asked.
You're a phenomenal person. I mean, you legendary.
I am a fan of you, my brother.
My man Omar Dorsey is starring in Bookie on Max. He's been around forever. He was in Django Unchained. He was a star on Queen Sugar. But his star is ascending right now. Let's talk about acting. Let's talk about how to move up. Let's talk about philosophy of how to do this craft. Because Omar is all about the craft. Let's get it. It's Omar Dorsey on Touré Show. So, Bookie.
Yes.
You are #2 on a call sheet.
Yeah, 1A, 1B. That's what me and Sebastian call it, 1A and 1B.
And on a Max show.
For sure.
This is the high point of your career right now.
That's the highest you can get on television, man.
Right? This is the highest that you've been.
No doubt about it.
And you're coming back for a second season.
Coming back for season 2.
So how do you feel? Because it's been a long time, right, that you've been grinding TV, movies. Yeah. And like you're at a zenith for you.
No doubt, man. It's trippy, right? Because I was on Queen Sugar. It's a big cast.
Yeah.
So to go from that, and I wasn't 1, 2, 3, or 4 on that show, honestly.
Right.
I was a beloved character. It's Hollywood. Everybody knows Hollywood. Everybody loves them. But I probably worked 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days per episode, and I can go to London if I want to. I can go to wherever I want to, because it's like, just put all my scenes on 3 days, and I can just go and travel. So to be on a show that I have to be at work every day and in every scene is something that's totally different. But it's something that I'm prepared for right now. I don't know if I would have been prepared for it 10 years ago. When I was out partying all the time. I had to go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, career-wise, it is the zenith, man. And I really can't understand it until I look at all the interviews and they're just talking about Sebastian Maniscalco, Omar Dorsey, Sebastian Maniscalco. They talk about that's the whole review of the show with amazing actors. Vanessa Florido, we got Andrea Anders, and we got Jorge Garcia, just tremendous actors. But the relationship that everybody talks about is me and Sebastian.
No, the show is you and Sebastian interacting.
Yes.
Talking.
The odd couple.
Trying to go get money.
Yes.
Yes. Doing your thing.
For sure.
And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yeah. So it's gotta so we'll talk about working with him. Some people may not realize this is the #1 touring comedian
in the world.
He is destroying it
in the world.
This is probably a pay cut for him to do.
No doubt about it. Yo, so
he's like $40 million a year on stand up.
Easily $40 million a year. Easily, man. So we have to go back for season 2, right? But he already has his world tour mapped out.
Wow.
So we got to start back in March.
Oh, wow. To work around his tour.
Yeah, we have to do it before his tour, which is really cool because, we shoot for maybe 2.5, 3 months, and then he can go and make his $1 billion. But now he is the biggest touring comedian in the game. Yeah. And I go to his shows, and I'm like, wow. So I'm in Vegas before the show comes out, right? I'm with with Anthony Mackie, with who else was I with? My friend Hakeem, my friend Curtis Harding, the musician. We go, and I'm just looking around, and I'm saying, wow, I guess all of these people are going to be my fans next year. Not knowing that he is really that big. Dude. Like, as soon as he puts anything up with me and him, I get 10,000, 20,000 new Instagram followers or whatever followers. I was like, dang, man, I had no idea. I watched his special before I auditioned with him, before we had our chemistry test. And my wife and I were like, yo, he's really funny. He's really funny. But I had no idea he was the biggest tour comedian in the world.
But, on the show, he doesn't hog all the punchlines.
He doesn't, no.
Sometimes he sets you up. Sometimes he's making a joke or somebody else.
Yeah.
And somebody like that could be like, I deserve all the punchlines. I'm the funniest person here.
Right.
But he's sharing.
You know what I really dig about it? Like, the first scene of our show is Ray Romano's talking to his wife. He's with his wife. His wife is kicking him out of the house because he's a degenerate gambler.
Right.
And he calls Sebastian, he calls Danny, Sebastian's character. I feel like it's Ray's baton handing off to Sebastian to be the new Italian comedian actor. Because what Ray Romano did for Everybody Loves Raymond is almost akin to this. He was letting his mother get the jokes off. He was letting his dad get the joke off. He was letting his brother get the joke off. And he get it sometimes. So it reminded me a bit of that when I watched the show. After probably about the second or third time, I was like, oh, Ray is really handing this off to him.
What does that do for you and everybody else when you have this massive comedian who's like, let him get some jokes. Let him get some punchlines. Let her get some punchlines.
What's really dope about it is this is really Sebastian's. He's done movies before. Right. He's never had the lead on a TV show or he had the lead in the one with him and De Niro. But he is a novice at acting.
Right.
So he comes to us and is like, yo, am I doing this right? Am I doing? By episode 2 or 3, man, he was flying. And he understood the back and forth of what makes comedy special, which is very odd for a person who is on stage by himself for 2 hours every night, giving it everything. It's just him.
It's a totally different thing.
It's a totally different muscle.
Being funny on stand-up and then working with somebody else to make
understand
it's a whole different thing.
And also the genius of the man who we have not even talked about, who created the show, Chuck Lorre. Chuck Lorre is, may Norman Lear rest in peace. Chuck Lorre is the greatest living comedy television writer. No doubt about it. He's the most successful. So he has created amazing shows, 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory. He has created really big shows. And so he understands that dynamic of comedy. And the way that he writes, it's on the page. We don't have to do too much improv. Chuck lets me get a little bit of my black shit off. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, what am I going to say? Yeah, it makes sense. But if it's already on the page, it's on the page. And it's easy, the way that Chuck and Nick Bakay write, it's very easy for us to say the lines because the humor and the story is already written in there.
What have you told or taught Sebastian about acting to help him get in the mode?
You know what? The thing about what Sebastian, he's a perfectionist, and so am I. So we run lines ad nauseum.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't like to do that. But I said, that's what I like to do. He said, okay, I'm cool. I like to do it too. So we run tomorrow's lines today while so the lines that we have today, they're already shut and they're already hammered into our brains because we did all that yesterday. So every day we run the lines for the next day so that it's so tight. And we might get on the phone with each other that night just to run them. Because that frees you up. You're not thinking about what your lines are. You're actually thinking about the scene and how to make the scene funny and, just what's going on in the scene and being in the moment instead of having to be thinking about your lines. Oh, yeah, so you can actually be right there with them. But Sebastian has got it, man. Like, for real, for a guy who's just really started, like, acting about, honestly, 2 years ago, a year ago, he's got it, man. If you watch the show, you can see the progression, from All About My Father with him and De Niro to where he is at the end of season 1 of Bookie. You can see that progression. You can see that growth.
The show started with him, right? Chuck.
It started with
him.
Chuck. What it was he was pitching Chuck ideas.
Sebastian was.
He said, I want to do something with you. He's pitching him ideas. And Chuck said, well, I have an idea. I'm tinkering with this show about a bookie. And Sebastian said, so.
Yeah.
So it was he and Nick
so
Bakay.
It's a good fit for him.
It's a good fit for him, you know. And it's something that's really good. It's not anything that it's not square, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little dangerous and funny, but not so dangerous. Like we're not like we say, we don't go around busting people's kneecaps.
You threaten, but you never actually are beating people up.
I have a line in the pilot says, I'm more of a visual deterrent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fight anybody. I got bad knees. I got a bad back. I played football for 12 years in the league.
But a black man is a visual deterrent. Most people...
I have another line that says, never underestimate the fear of a giant black man. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not going... Those people could probably beat Ray up. But it's the fear that these white people have.
I mean, I if I was in that world, but I try it with Sebastian, maybe.
Right.
I'm not trying it with you.
No,
he's
exactly.
taller than me.
Yes.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, even as a black man, I'm like, yo, I don't want it with another black man.
Nah, exactly. It's like, and he's already doing dirt. He got to have a gun or something on him.
I'm good.
You know, so what I really liked is in the pilot when Sebastian had the gun, I'm like, why are you carrying around a gun? Because we're doing illegal shit. That's why. You know what I'm saying? And it did come into play in the pilot.
Did you audition?
I did audition. You know, the crazy thing about it is I auditioned. I'm not gonna say who I auditioned with, but it was like two of my best friends, and they're legends. And we were just like, well, one of us is getting this role, man. And it was a screen test. It was me and two of my best friends, man. Yeah.
So it was the chemistry with you and Sebastian that made it work.
There was no doubt about it. It was the chemistry, man.
What did it feel like when you're like, oh, this is clicking?
You know what it is? I knew he was the comedian, so I wanted to play down. I didn't want to be too over the top and try to steal his shine. I think he's the star of the show. Yeah. So I can play it down. I'll play down, and I can have my little slick snide shit like under my breath, or like, you know, I can throw it off a little bit. And I was letting Sebastian just get him off doing the chemistry test. He was just getting it off, and I was like, yeah, all right, man. And they were laughing so hard at my underplaying, you know, and they were just like, yo, but it just worked so well. We fit like a glove the first time we sat down with each other. I'm not gonna even lie to you. We fit like a glove. And I was like, man, this is really gonna work. And it's funny, the other two dudes was like, you know it's your job, right, Omar? Because we went out that night afterwards. It was like, you went back in like 3 times. I was like, I don't know if you're
kill me. You were going to your baby mama's houses.
Yes.
And paying them
cash.
And just the difference between the different moment, right? It was 2 of them, right?
It's 3 of them. Like the third one, we don't ever see because I punked the other guy out because he's wearing my jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way Sebastian's played off, but like this one, she's like happy to see you. This one is more static.
Right. Yeah, man.
He's just going around making his payments.
Yeah, man. Those are funny because it's like Sebastian knows the relationship. I mean, Danny knows the relationship that Ray has with those baby mamas. So he knows who he can play with and who he can't play with.
Right.
You know, so he might throw a little slick stuff to one of them, to Selena, and then to the other one, he's like, all right, I'm going to just be quiet. I'm playing Penn and Teller. I'm Teller. He's being quiet, you know? So, yeah.
I know you're about to do the 2nd season or in a couple months, but do you think about, okay, we got to 1B on the call sheet.
Yeah.
Like, can we get to number 1?
No doubt about it. That's coming, man. It's coming. You know, it's like every move is, Tupac said, every move is a calculated step.
Yeah.
You know, every time that you move, you know, you try to progress more and more and more. Even the shows that I wasn't even a series regular on, like Raising Canaan, right? I came in and blew the top off of it. And everybody's like, oh, is this guy? I was like, yeah, but I'm going to do I'm not even a regular. I only got 7 episodes, but you're going to know my presence is here. I remember when I was doing Ray Donovan, Brian Z's, one of the executive producers, told me, he's like, you're going to have your own show one day, Omar. And when I was doing Eastbound and Down, David Gordon Green and Jody Hill was like, you're going to have your own show one day. This is me coming in doing recurring. It was high recurring. It's like most of the episodes, but they were like, "You're gonna have your own show. Just be prepared." And so I feel it now.
But how do you move up?
people
from that like third, fourth, second. How do you do that?
You know, there are different ways you can get the role to do it. The way that, like, let's say Kofi on Queen Sugar did. We just got the role. Looks like a supermodel. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a king. You know, look, he's etched out of stone, and he can act. So he had the right platform that Ava put him on to do. Or you can just bust your hump so much that people love you. People love you. And a show like this, like Bookie, will show people that I can hold my own. This is a show that you go to Sebastian's house to see his family dynamic. Usually the leads, you go to their house to see their family and their home dynamic.
Yeah.
Then you go to my house and you see my home and my family dynamic.
Yeah.
So this is what we're talking about. When you have those, when people can start noticing you, the writers and the directors and the studios and the networks start to notice you and like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, I can see Omar is this.
Not everybody can be number one.
No, it can't.
On the calls. Not everybody has that it factor, and it's not a meritocracy.
It's not.
A lot of the character actors are far better actors.
More superior, yes.
Than the people who are but the people who get to the lead, what? Better looking, some it factor.
Better looking, it's an it factor. Do people want to follow you? You know, it's like, do I want to sit and watch Touré every day and watch him every Sunday and see exactly what that's going to do and what that character is and how is that going to work?
Yeah.
Like you said, you can be the most tremendous actor in the world. But you will always be number 2 or number 3. I have this discussion with my friends who are number ones, and they're like, Omar, you're an amazing actor. I need to see you carry something on your back, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I need to see you carry it on your back. If you can carry it on your back, then we can get into that discussion about who's the best.
So do you think you're ready for that?
No doubt about it.
Because you're a great character actor.
No doubt about it, yes.
And I know that you can be 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and crush it.
Right.
That does not mean you could be a number 1.
What we were just talking about, what the man who you and I were just talking about 5-10 minutes before we walked in here. My favorite actor in the world is Sam Jackson, and he knows it. The best actor in the world is Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
American Fiction. This is his. I don't know if it's his first number 1 since Basquiat. He may be number 1 on Westworld. I don't know. Because
there was an indie movie where he was a prisoner, but it's indie.
It's indie. It's something.
It's not the same as
not Ride with the Devil.
It's not the same as a studio.
Right, not a studio or an Oscar. He's about to be nominated for the Oscar for American Fiction.
But he's not getting number 1.
He got it in
studios.
that, and watch what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what happens. He's going to be nominated for the Oscar for that. Watch what happens, man. The man who I call my big brother, Coleman Domingo.
Woo.
Coleman Domingo shot himself to number 1. He shot himself to the number 1 on the call sheet.
With Rustin.
With Rustin, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? He shot himself. So it's like he's so undeniable. And I want to see what Coleman's going to do. Even when he was in Fear the Walking Dead, I was like, I don't care about anybody else in the cast. I want to see what this guy's doing. What this character's doing.
What was the prostitute movie?
Zola.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Yo, when you got people like that, they're so dynamic, and you get the right part, like Bayard Rustin was for him. Yeah. He was telling me about Bayard Rustin when we were doing Selma, and he was playing David Abernathy. He said the part I really want to. He told me the part I really want to play is Bayard Rustin. Yeah. This is what he said. I want to do a whole. He told me this 10-something years ago.
Yeah.
This is 10 years in the making, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Like, think about like DiCaprio.
Yeah,
is not a great actor.
You said that the last time, and I vehemently disagree with you. I'm telling you, I think he's amazing.
He's a star.
He's a good actor.
He's at the it factor. Yeah. He's attractive, right? I'm like,
Is Brad Pitt a good actor to you?
I'm struggling to think of what did Brad do on screen that I was like, yo, that was the shit.
Fight Club? Tyler Durden?
See, Edward Norton,
he was
as far
great
as
too.
acting, was
they both were good.
And
but
what's
it's
his name?
Balance.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto was good too. Yeah, but it's a balance though. It was a balance. Look, you and I have had this disagreement for years about DiCaprio. We're gonna say that I think DiCaprio's dope. I think he's amazing. I thought he was amazing in Django. I mean, you know, I
Wow,
thought
he was amazing in Django.
I did, man. That character was. I thought he was great in The Revenant. I thought he was amazing in The Revenant.
He was very good in The Revenant.
Yes, I thought he was great. Of course, when he was a
Didn't have
kid,
much to say.
huh?
It wasn't that much lines.
It was, but it was the emotions
It was
though.
like a third of the lines of
But
a normal movie.
I thought he was great in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that movie was trash.
Oh,
And
man, both of my boys are in that.
I'm a big Tarantino fan.
You know I am,
that
man.
movie
No,
was
I am,
that.
brother. I like that movie though.
But I don't want to argue about DiCaprio in particular,
Yeah.
but just the notion that there's a different thing to be the number one man or woman.
Well,
that it's not just the best actor.
No, it's not.
And it's not. You can be a great character actor. You can't be a number one.
You can't. It's
and you could be a number one, and you can't. You are wasted as a 3 or 4.
The thing about it is there are different things, right? The main thing is this, especially in movies. Can you put butts in seats?
Yeah.
DiCaprio can.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
If you say DiCaprio, 2 million people will show up no matter what else.
I love Jared Leto with all my heart, but if you put DiCaprio in that role or Jared Leto in that role,
no, he's
exponentially more people.
The
are
Q
going.
rating is not the same.
That's what a number one does, though, or get eyes on you. Tony Soprano was. The character was amazing, you know. But and Gandolfini played the hell out of it. But we wanted to watch and see what was going to go on.
You got like 100 movies come out every month. Right?
Well, not nowadays.
Not now, but in Norway. But even if there's
streaming-wise,
even say like 30 movies come out, there's only 8 real stars who people will be like,
I'm going to see.
Say the name, I'm there.
I'm going there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so if you don't have one of them,
yeah,
then you got to go to war against them with whoever you got.
And a great script, too.
We have a great script.
A great script and
we have a great story.
Just like everything, everywhere, all at once. It's just a great story, right? Just an
incredible story.
Yeah. What's her name?
Michelle Yeoh
is a huge international star
in
though.
Asia,
and that's
but
international.
not
that's
yet in America.
But that's a big box office in China. That's
for
bigger
sure,
than here,
for sure,
you know?
for sure.
So
for
yeah,
sure.
I can get it. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah.
But that's the thing that people will come to see you.
I hope so, man. You know, I mean, I have. You know, one thing is blessing that Queen Sugar has done for me was made black women like me, and they're very loyal. And they say I'm going to watch everything Omar does. You know, they you know, once you get your people, keep it 100 with you, man. Almost every black actor who we know was beloved by their community first, right?
For sure.
Sam, Denzel, Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker. You know, people who have Eddie was just.
But it's not just what
prodigy.
you do on screen, right? It's all this extra stuff. That's why the red carpet looks like that. That's why you're on the cover of GQ or Vogue or whatever, because we want to feel like we know Denzel.
Yeah. And you know the thing that's been that I've been battling with lately, right? Is how much of my life do I want to show people? Just got married, you know, in November.
Oh, congrats! Wow.
But we're in People magazine, wedding. We had a big New Year's party. Essence covered it. And I told my wife, I was like, I don't really know if I want that many people in my business like that.
How many people did you have at the wedding?
Wedding was small. It was like 80 people.
That's small.
It was. And then
where?
It was in L.A.
Beautiful.
The New Year's Eve party was big.
Right.
And D-Nice DJ'd.
Nice.
And Dorian Missick DJ'd.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Dorian was on this show.
Oh, that's my brother. Yeah,
for sure.
He did the best man speech.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been my best friend since we were 13. So. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, if you want to be the number one,
you
gotta let them know.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yes.
I'm out here with my wife. I'm styling. I'm fashion.
But how much of my life do I really want to share? Denzel don't share that much.
Denzel's
Leo don't share that much. Me and Leo the same age.
Denzel's from a different era.
He is from a different era.
Right? He became an A-list star before there was social media.
No doubt about it.
So it was not,
and so was Leo. Yeah.
I mean, the same with Leo.
Yeah,
he's been a superstar for what, 20 years?
More than
Probably
that.
longer than
30
that.
years?
That's ridiculous.
Basketball
God, when was
Diaries?
Titanic was in the 90s?
Yeah, Basketball Diary was like 93, 94. This is, 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been out there. Yeah.
He been
Romeo and Juliet was 96.
But he you know, he lets you see who he is, what's going on with him.
No, he doesn't.
All those girls.
I mean, he can't help that.
He's getting killed for the girls right now.
Is he really?
Isn't it? It's like a super punchline all the time. Oh, Leo's date will be too old for him by the end of the show.
Oh,
and he just got to smile and take
I tell you
it.
what, man, the most fun I had in my life was doing Django.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm hanging with them dudes, like just hanging with Leo and watching fights. And it was just fun, man.
You know, I love that movie so much. I've watched it a million times. And it set a standard for me as far as if I'm going to watch a slavery film.
Yeah.
They got to get free in the first scene.
Right.
Because I don't need you.
I don't need misery. I don't need no misery.
Need whipping. I don't need misery. I don't need trauma.
Right.
Get free in the first scene.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of Massa.
Blow the house up.
Right. Like
Right.
I remember I said, if you have a slave or an ex-slave who doesn't want to whip and potentially kill Massa, what is wrong with him?
Right. Exactly.
What are we doing?
Yep.
Of course you should want to kill him.
Yeah, man. Now that was like, yeah, you're right. That's the first scene too, wasn't it?
Ooh.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh man.
5 minutes in, we're already killing the. I'm like, yes,
and
I
that's
love
how you
this.
set it off. You're right, man. Tarantino's the dude, man. I love that dude.
He is.
Man.
So this dream started early because you went to performing arts high school.
Yeah, with some of the best actors in the world.
But what started the notion of I want to do that? I want to act.
What it is, my mother was a theater director.
Oh wow!
So like, from the time I was born, she was bringing me to the theater, and I'm sitting in a car seat or whatever, watching people on stage. And my first dreams was red carpet flashing and getting out of limos. It's crazy. That's like the first dream I ever remembered.
Wow.
Jumping out of a limo and walking on the red carpet, because that's just like, I want to, you want to do what your parents do. My father was a diamond dealer. I didn't want to do that. It seemed boring.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He made a lot of money, but it seemed boring. But I wanted to dress like my dad.
Did you get your ring for your wife from your dad?
I did. My father passed away earlier honestly, probably was that January the 17th last year? January 14th last year, so it's been a year. Yeah. But he would have given it to me.
Oh, wow.
He would have. Yeah, wow. Man. No, actually, my engagement ring, when I showed it to him, I showed him the design I wanted, and he was telling me exactly how to get it done.
Oh,
that was 2 years ago. So last year, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But now, man, so I wanted to do what my mom did, you know, and it's crazy. My oldest daughter wants to do what I do.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Do you want her to do it?
No, not really, man. Yeah, I want her to be a director. I don't want to be an actor.
It's hard.
It's hard, man. It's like so masochistic, you know.
Because you get a lot of no's.
You get all the no's. And people don't understand that. I'm like, you're successful if you get 5% yeses. You can be a millionaire with 2% yeses. 98% of the times you're getting no. You got to get thick skin. You know, so yeah.
And you got to put your all into the audition.
You do, yeah.
Which may end up to be nothing.
You know what? You can put your all into the audition. You can work so hard and research and everything. And they already got an offer to somebody else.
Yeah.
And you're just a backup plan in case that person don't.
Yeah.
Oh, you might even be a backup plan. Let's just look at more options. You've done all of this work. And you've been into the library to research about 1890s in the Industrial Revolution or whatever, and it doesn't matter.
So you spend hours getting ready for an audition?
I do, yeah, I do. I mean, because especially now, the things that if I auditioned, you know, which ain't a lot of times, but I try my best. It's going to be a lead character, one of the leads. And if it's something very specific, then I want to know everything about what's going on in that time period, the language that people spoke, if it's a period piece or whatever, or if it's a job, I want to know everything about that. I want to know everything about that job. So when I can get in and talk to the directors or whoever I'm talking to, I can talk knowledgeably about what is going on.
You're spending hours getting ready for
no doubt. Hours, spend days, man. Yeah, days. If it's a podcast about it, I'm listening to everything. I'm a deep diver, though. I deep dive on things because I do learn. I like to learn. So if it's a story that I'm telling, I'm like, let me learn more about this. Is there a podcast about it? Is there a book about it? Is there this? Is there that? Is there
Just
something about it?
because you might go on 5 auditions in a month, right?
Nah, man. No,
Too much?
no, I probably go on 1 or 2 auditions a year.
A year? Because you're at the level when
get offered.
we offer you,
Yeah.
or okay,
Yeah, maybe 1 audition a year, maybe.
okay,
Yeah. And okay, my last audition was for Bookie, and that was in 2022.
okay.
Yeah.
So do you say to yourself now at this level?
Yeah.
You see me here. I'm not auditioning. You should know.
Well,
if
a
you
lot
want
of
me or
times
not.
they call my people, they call my agents like, yo, I mean, I turn down most stuff now.
You turn down most auditions.
No doubt about it. Yeah, yeah, because it's like it's a variation of something I've already played. There's no
Oh,
need
so
for-
you
there's no need for me to play a gangster again. I did it in Ray Donovan, and I did it in
you
Raising
need the
Kanan.
variety.
I do, because I don't want to be pigeonholed either, you know, and I want to be seen as Coleman Domingo and Sam Jackson and Jeffrey Wright.
Variety.
You know, I want to be able to do it all and not just to do one thing. I'll listen. If it's a really good gangster role, or if I'm playing with somebody who's very amazing, playing alongside them, I'll do it.
Yeah.
If I get, to work beside Sam, or work beside Denzel, work beside Forrest, or somebody like that, or Jeff, I'll do it. I definitely, just so I can go to work with them every day. And I can, sponge off them. But I ain't just doing it just for the just.
I feel like there's 2 kind of actors that you are either a chameleon, that you are completely different every time,
right,
or you're kind of doing a version of yourself,
yeah,
which can be super compelling.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
I think Denzel clearly has the ability,
right?
But I think we saw that in, what was that weirdo lawyer picture he did?
Roman Esquire, Roman Esquire.
Yeah. Right. Okay, that's totally different.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he's playing Denzel, but it's super compelling.
He's playing a man, and it just so happened, like, I just watched Flight the other day.
Yeah.
And he was playing an alcoholic.
Yeah.
He was really good in that movie,
Oh,
man.
he's dope. He's dope.
He's so good. But Tom Hanks is the same way, too.
I mean, a lot of people are that way.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
And
Tom
you
Cruise,
can, and
yeah.
Sean Penn.
Yeah,
right?
Sean.
And you can.
Sean.
Sean has chops.
But Sean
But a lot
can
of
mess
time-
around and do some. He did Milk, and he did what's the one that he played with Dakota Fanning?
Milk was incredible.
The one he played with Dakota Fanning. I Am Sam. Like he does charactery stuff sometimes. A lot of times, he's mad a lot of times too.
He's very so. You feel like you're more of a chameleon?
Yeah. You know what? It does. When people say, "Man, you're just playing yourself," and I'm like, "You do see on Queen Sugar, I had a whole New Orleans accent, and this I had a whole New York accent, and Ray Donovan I had a whole L.A. accent, and not only that, like, or in Bookie, I'm just playing slow, quiet, this, that, and the other." I said, I think of myself as a chameleon. I do. I'm glad that I get to wear wigs a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So people don't really know that it's me. But yeah, and I don't even know if chameleons can be like movie stars, though, can they?
That's a good question.
Do you go to the movies to go see the person? I don't know.
I mean, Jeffrey Wright's a chameleon. We would go see him in whatever.
Is he a movie star?
I think he's a movie star, don't
I think
you?
he's a fine actor. I think with a movie star, he's number 1 on the call sheet. I will pay all my money to go see Jeffrey Wright.
We love Jeffrey Wright, but you're not sure he's a movie star.
Well, I don't know if he's. I don't know, because I mean, you know what? I think he was approaching movie stardom when he did Shaft.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, he's about to be a sex symbol and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was the character actor who kind of stole things.
He always did that. Yes, he always the Manchurian Candidate. He stole.
Yeah.
You know, you never really see anybody steal a movie from Denzel.
No.
But he came in and.
Well, what does it take to be that guy or woman? But I think it's mostly men who do this, who are like, I kind of just do me over and over, but y'all love it.
Because that's what they're paying for, right? The people are paying you $20 million to see that iteration of, let's see what you look like as a drunk alcoholic on a plane. But I don't want to chisel it down to like he's not working. He's working there. They're working their butts off.
Oh, I'm not saying they're not working.
Because I've seen Denzel do some amazing Shakespeare stuff, man.
For sure.
You know, I just saw him. What was it? Was it?
But even that was it Macbeth?
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's Denzel, and it's no critique. He's amazing, greatest actor.
Right.
And I'm like, I think it's probably harder to be yourself over and over, and it's super compelling. We keep showing up for it.
So it is the chameleon versus the. You know what? It's crazy, Touré, because my teacher in grad school told me this too. He says either you can be the personality person who's an amazing actor, or you can be this person who nobody ever gets to know, but you're a chameleon. And Daniel Day-Lewis, right?
Oof, chameleon.
Chameleon. Is he a movie star? He got about 35 Oscars.
I mean, I think so. He has carried big movies.
He's carried big movies, yeah.
And we were like, yo, I will follow you. I mean, like, amazing storyteller. I will follow you anywhere.
Right. Yeah. He might be the one. He might be the one.
But when you get into it, like at the grad school level,
yeah,
can you plan that, or is it like
it's just something that you have to know in your head?
Who you are.
Well, what it is it's probably who you are. Man, listen to me. I hope this doesn't sound bad.
Oh, get it.
A lot of character actors are crazy as fuck.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of people inside of their brains.
Okay.
And they can tap into all of those.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. And then the leading actor or actress is...
They're amazing actors. They just understand that.
But you're saying the character actor is a little bit crazy?
Well, because they have a lot of things that they can. There's a lot of things they can tap into. Right?
Not schizophrenic is a big word, but like to that end, you're saying like you kind of multiple personality.
They can tap into those multiple personalities and do it so convincingly. Like the movie Split, the guy could, like the character that he played in Split could tap into all of these different personalities and be convincing as each one of them, right?
Yeah. But the lead actor is what? If the character actor is...
Who's that, James McAvoy, right? He was really good. He's dope. But I mean, a person like that could be a tremendous character actor and can tap into all of these different people and convincingly.
So when you said, I want to go to performing arts high school, Mom was like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it, yeah.
Because my daughter came to us, I think she's about 13, and was like, I think I want to go to be an actor and perform. And as a person in creative world, I was like, yo, let's do it.
Yeah. My daughter did the same thing.
My wife was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then she stopped talking about it. So, we're not going to fight for it unless you like really,
fight for
want
it.
it.
Yeah.
But, coming from a creative household, I bet your mom was like, dig it, let's go.
Let's do it.
Was it your idea or her idea?
It was, what? I was doing a lot of plays because at church and in elementary school. And so I remember I was doing this play and the chorus teacher said, she walked up to me, she said, Omar, I really think you need to go to this performing in our high school. And I said, well, can I play piano there too? And she's like, yes, you can play piano there and you can act. So I said, I'll do it. Because I thought I was going to be a jazz musician.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like that on the piano?
I thought I was. I mean, look, man. Look. When your friends are like the biggest, you know what I'm saying, jazz musicians, it's like, man,
I thought I was good, and then I met him.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, come on,
it's
man.
It's at a different level.
No, like.
So when you get the script, what do you do?
I read the script all the way through. It depends on what time period it is. Like I said before, if it's something that's in a period of another period, whatever, I'll do as much research as I can into that time period before I start learning my lines.
I want to know the time period.
I want to know the time period. I want to know the music. I want to know what the feeling was. I want to know what I'm playing a black man in that time. I want to know what black people's experience was in that time or whatever it is, I just got a script for 1970 Atlanta. Just got a script. I just read it. And this is right in the genesis of what Atlanta is today.
Yeah.
The black mecca.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of it. This was the beginning of the city that's too busy to hate.
Yeah.
And what was going on in those times. And so I read all the books and I did everything. I did a bunch of research before I started learning my lines. Because I wanted to put myself into that
For
place.
Bookie, which is now
yeah.
in a world that you understand,
Yes.
do you still have to do some of that work?
Well, there's been times in my life that I gambled a lot.
Yeah.
And as a guy I used to call on the phone to do bets.
What did you bet on?
I bet on football, I bet on college and pro. I still bet. I mean, I bet. I'll go to the casinos and gamble.
Yo, I was betting a lot a couple of years ago when it became, on the computer, on the phone and all that.
Yeah.
And I was way into it. And then at a certain point, I realized this is making me depressed because the emotional roller coaster of placing the bet, watching the game, your team is winning or you're beating the spread, you feel like a genius. Now the other team comes back, now you're losing, you feel like an idiot.
Right.
You made it on a last second shot, you're elated, you lost it on a crazy call or they didn't shoot the ball because they were losing by 3 and they said fuck. And I'm like, yo, I am depressed because it's so much emotion going on.
It's just so much emotion involved in gambling, right? So, which makes the show really work.
Yeah.
Because people can really feel it. You can feel it. Like the one scene where we're about to lose it all. And we're outside smoking cigarettes and the rookie from Cutstown throws a Hail Mary. You feel the emotions, the ups and downs, the depression, the jubilation, all of it. Yeah, man. That's
but you
how it
guys
is.
are like betters in the show. You guys are supposed to be the house.
We are the house, but
you are, but you feel like betters. You're like, we could lose.
We could lose.
You
it
would
all.
have action on both sides where you're like, we can't lose.
It was that one bet that could have just destroyed
one
us.
huge bet.
The one huge bet.
But you would have gotten bets on the other side. So like,
but not to do that because it's like it was a $2.9 million bet.
Right.
We're small time.
Right.
Now we win this bet, man. We're flying.
Right.
If we lose this bet, we're losing everything. We have the money, but it's like we ain't got it. We got to start all over.
Right.
So.
But you were deep on the emotion of that world.
Yeah, but not as deep as that. I can look. I've done a lot of things in my life that were that could have been considered criminal.
Like what?
Like anything, like selling some weed, selling some alcohol when I was in college, selling phone cards that I stole. Maybe I don't know. This is in the '90s, y'all. Don't judge me, okay?
You were young. I was
young, man. Look, I needed
dumb.
So it's a lot of like, I understand like the rush it is. I also understand the danger that it is. But the thing about Bookie, the cops don't really mess with you.
No,
you know what I'm saying? The cops would have messed with me. I'm in college running a bootleg operation.
Who's
with
complaining?
Weed and alcohol.
You wanted to make a bet.
Yeah.
I made that possible for you.
Exactly.
Who's going to the police saying
no harm, no foul.
We had like
Yeah, so it's a no harm, no foul type thing with that. But, in California, it's illegal. So that's how we get away with it. But yeah, man, it wasn't a lot of research I needed for that because I'm a gambler. And I look, when I was in Queen Sugar, I lived across the street from the casino. They knew me by name. I'd pull my car up. I have a special parking space at Caesars and Casino.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Can you say how much you lost in there?
No. I'll tell you what, the best thing that ever happened to me was the pandemic.
Why? Because you stopped?
Because I couldn't go in. It was closed. I was just looking at it every day. I said, well, I don't really need this place there. Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's a high. It's high.
It's a high, but it'll drop you down.
It'll drop you down, yeah.
And you don't even realize I'm depressed because of that.
Exactly. Yep.
Do you know my lines? I read the whole script.
Yeah,
you know my lines?
Yeah. Yeah.
You learn everybody's lines.
Well, you just know
Everybody in
because
your
I
scene.
run it so much, either with like my scene partner or my wife or whoever's around me. You don't run these lines with me, just so I know them. So I know my cue. Yeah, I know everybody's lines.
What's the best acting advice you ever got?
Just honestly, just know your lines and be off book so you can play. if you know your lines and you don't have to be sitting there carrying a script like this and doing all of this, looking up, and like, this is just in rehearsal or whatever, or an audition. If you know your lines, you can play. You can use your whole body in a scene, especially at an audition. Just you can use your whole body, Yeah, so learn your lines. Sam Jackson said that. Man, know your damn lines. Yeah.
What else did Sam tell you?
You said actors act, so you got to keep working. That's what he does.
Just working all the time.
He worked all the time.
I'm gonna do a big movie, a little movie.
Because I told him one
play.
time, I saw him. We was at the airport one time, and we were going different places. We both going to Hawaii. I said, "What you about to do?" He said, "What you doing?" Oh, I was like, "Man, I'm chill. I'm taking a little break." He said, "Break?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why you taking a break?" I said, "I need a little time off." He said, "You're an actor, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Actors act." I said, this is the GOAT telling me. You know what I'm saying? This is the biggest box office in the history of motion pictures is telling me this. He has the record. Yes, sir.
No breaks.
No breaks, man. Sam do a play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so no breaks. He's like, don't take no break, man. Now let's we had a strike. That was my break.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's thrust upon you.
Strike messed you up, huh?
What does?
Strike messed you up.
You know what? It didn't, because I lost a lot of weight and I was able to finally work out the way I wanted to work out. But it hit my pockets pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was paying for a wedding.
Yeah.
That wasn't cheap. It's like we had these tremendous visions of what this wedding was going to be.
Yes.
Like, oh, man, we got it. We ain't even worry about it. We're not thinking that we're not going to work for 7 months. Because she's a director, writer. She directs, television and writes and all that stuff, too.
I remember right when I knew I was heading toward a wedding and Oprah was still on TV at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I remember this couple was like, she was like, yeah, I want this and this and this and this. And Oprah was like, are you willing to go into debt for your wedding?
Right.
And she was. I'm like, no.
No, hell no.
No.
I was complaining, right? I was complaining to myself, but I had no reason to really complain. Like, I was like, we just knowing that, okay, I'm leaving Bookie and I'm about to go do this thing, and it's cool, we're fine. I mean, the money is whatever. But then when that thing doesn't happen and that you already signed the contract with the venue.
Because you had a show.
I had a show.
And the strike fucked it up.
Fucked it up. And so it's now, I'm like.
And because you're on Bookie, you can't go back to that.
Right. Exactly.
It's just an opportunity just evaporated.
Evaporated. It's gone. But it happens, man. Like, look, that happened to me during COVID. During, The Harder They Fall, right? I was supposed to be one of the leads in that movie.
Oh, wow.
And it just
had James here.
I need to talk to James. Is James back? He's still in New York? I wonder.
No, they left.
He left? Okay, because I saw him doing some press and stuff.
Yeah, he was just here a minute ago. Yeah. But you said you worked out. Like, what did you do? What do you do?
Man, I run. I mean, I'd probably walk or run probably about like 7 miles, 8 miles a day, and I lift weights for like an hour a day.
Yeah.
And I eat right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love getting in the gym.
I love getting in the gym, bro. I'm gonna even lie to you,
Squats and benches and if you like the pain of lifting weights.
Yeah, that is just as good as the rush you get from gambling. I love it, man. Like, I'm like in the hotel now, I'm just doing all of it's so many machines. I got a gym in my house in LA. But these machines in here, and I'm like, I feel like a kid in the candy store, man. I'm doing new workouts every day. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Yeah, dude.
And the challenge of yourself, can I do 10 more pounds?
Can I do how many more reps can I do?
Can I do 10 more pounds? Can I get it a little harder, a little heavier? Can I take more?
Yeah.
You got to listen to yourself. And a lot of people talk about going to failure. Right?
Yeah.
Lifting until now, but that's you being honest of like, can I do one more?
And you know what I did today? Because today I was like, all right, man, because I was doing sets of 13, right?
Okay.
And I got tired. On my final set, I got tired at 9. And I was doing the joint, pulling the chest in. I got tired. I said, man, I could do 4 more, man. I did 4 more. I said, I can do 4 more after that. I was tired at 9. I ended up doing 17, man.
Yo, dog, I was in the gym a month ago benching, okay? And the bench press is dangerous because you're putting it over you.
Go ahead. Yeah, you had a spotter?
No, because it's a sort of gym. Like, nobody spots anybody, right? And I thought, I can do this weight, okay? This is the third set, so you're a little tired.
Tired, yeah.
Right?
But did you take a break? Did you walk around and
you got to take 1 to 2 minutes in between each set.
Yes.
But I thought I was ready.
I do 30 seconds. Yeah.
Right? You do 30 seconds? Or
Yeah,
you
man, I do aerobic. I do the aerobic.
You gotta take
workout.
longer to.
Yeah.
So, I got to, I think I was like at rep 10, right? I'm like, I got it. Do 2 more. You can do it. You can do it. Don't be a pussy. You can do it. Right? And 11 was iffy.
Yeah.
But I got it there.
Yeah.
I'm like, finish what you started. And the 12th one goes up. It's not going up. And now it's coming back down.
Your chest.
And now it's
You can
on
feel it
my
on your
chest.
chest. Yeah.
And I can't but I'm like, I'm gonna just take a second, I'm gonna push it up. And I can't, and everybody's in headphones. Everybody's minding their own business. And now the bar starts rolling back down my chest. And it's on my neck.
Yeah.
And it was pushing on my neck, so now I can't really even talk.
Right.
And I'm like, it might have been 10 seconds, but it felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what I do, I'm so embarrassed. Maybe this is getting really dangerous, man. So finally I said, yo, because it's cutting off. I'm like, yo. And then somebody heard me, and like 3 guys came like from different directions at once. And pull up. And I'm so embarrassed.
No, it's not. But we all have, it happens. And it's happened to them before too. It has.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy though? It's like, man, why did I wait until I was in my late 40s to just start hitting the gym as hard as I did? Because I was like, but like I was telling you before, I've never had this much time off, right? And been able to afford to have this much time off. So it's like, okay, 7 months, but it's like, all right, I don't have to go get a job. Nah, I'm just gonna be in this gym and working out, man, and eating right, so yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
a lot of protein.
What protein shake you like? We're way off topic.
Whey. I do whey. I do a bunch of whey.
Well, of course it's whey.
Yeah, but it's gold standard. Gold standard. It's 30 grams of protein. Huh?
On.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So it's 30 grams. So I do 2 scoops.
Yeah.
So
you do 2 scoops?
Hell yeah, man. Let's get it.
Oh shit, I've been doing 1.
I do 2 scoops.
You.
I get 60 grams in the morning. I try to do about 200 grams of protein a day.
I've been fucking with the Jocko protein.
Is that like not vegan or anything, is it?
No.
Like
no, the Marine or the SEAL.
Oh yes. Oh dude, yeah.
Crazy.
How many grams is in that? What? We just talked.
I don't know. We're way off topic.
It's all good.
So wait, if Sam is number 1,
My favorite actor.
Who's number 2?
Denzel.
3.
My favorite. Favorite is probably. I like Gene Wilder a lot, man.
Wow.
Rest in peace. Yeah. I really enjoy Gene Wilder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went way back.
Yeah, because it's like, I think my favorite movie of all time might be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Really?
I think so. It's not the best. It's just I love that movie.
Oh, that movie. Wait, you took it the Gene Wilder joint?
Yes. Willy
Because
Wonka.
the Johnny Depp joint was.
It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Fine.
That's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
it was all right. It was cool. Yeah.
I saw the new Wonka, and
How'd
I
you
was
like
like, it was all right.
Okay.
But they missed the point. The original piece had a deep message about being patient, not being greedy.
Right.
And all the kids are losing out because they are greedy, because they are failing on basic human shit.
Right.
And he is patient and nice.
Right.
And that's why he gets it right. Like, if you can accept delayed gratification, which is very hard for children.
Which is very hard. Yeah, for sure.
Right? And he was humble.
Yep.
And he I'll take my and no promise of gratification at all.
Right.
And the greedy kids are getting taken out.
Yeah.
The new picture doesn't deal with that.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it
any
yet.
just deep human lesson at all.
Right. I got it at home too. I haven't seen it yet. I got the DVD. I need to watch it, man. I need to, because I like Timothy. What's his name? Chalamet. I like him. He's good. He's a good actor. All right, that's another one I got to watch. You're telling me movies I need to watch.
Oh, I mean,
Poor Things.
Poor Things is shit.
I got to watch that, and I got to watch New Wonka.
Watch Book of Clarence. Book of Clarence is the shit.
I want to watch it. I would have been to the premiere. I would have went to the premiere in LA if I was in town, man.
So your I mean, you've kind of been talking about your philosophy as an actor.
Right.
I want to know, like, what can you boil down for actors who are coming up, who are listening?
Right. You know, man, you got to take the craft seriously. I do appreciate like the people who I talk to, people who hit me up on Instagram. I answer their questions.
Yeah.
What I got to do is take a class, take an acting class.
You still take class?
No, I ain't got the time.
You're beyond class.
But I used to be a professor. I used to teach. So nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, I'm not beyond class at all. You know what, Touré? I took an acting class between when I was waiting to start shooting Bookie, and when I got Bookie and I was waiting to start shooting Bookie. I took an acting class. It was like Steph Curry, got to get in the gym.
When I said, do you take class? You were like, no. I don't do that shit. Actually.
No, I was about to say, I did take a class. But you know what? I'll tell you this. I took an acting class, and look, man, I was in Atlanta, and no slight to anybody, but it was like the teachers were like, why are you in this class? Are you trying to be funny? What's going on? I was like, I just need to take a class. They were like, you want to do some 101? Because I'm doing with acting students.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I'll be working with.
See, it's funny because I think the average person would say, he's a good actor, she's a good actor. Okay, why?
Right.
We have it's like magic to us. We have no language. We know who we think are great actors.
Yeah, for sure.
But we don't have language to explain.
You know what? It's understanding the human condition, right? I mean, to be a good actor. Understanding situations that whatever thing that other character you're playing is put in. I was a good mimic when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 30s, I could start to understand a little bit of emotions, of all types of emotions. In my 40s, I've been through it all. I've been through seeing life coming out of somebody who is now my child. You know, I've seen the person who was my caregiver die while I'm holding his hand. Love, lost, all of that. I can understand so many situations about the human condition that I can actually reflect it now.
So you are tapping into, how did I feel when so-and-so died?
And I always make for some reason, I don't even mean to make a note of it. It's just a note is in my DNA now. So when I get that script, I go, oh yeah, I know what that feeling is.
That reminds me of that.
Yes, that reminds me of that. The hairs on my arms are raising up because my DNA and my being understands what that is.
So are you trying to recall the feelings and relive them?
I think the feelings are already there, and when you read it, it just comes out. If you're in touch with your emotions, if you're that in touch, then those feelings will just come out. It's just like, oh yeah, or I'm reading about losing a child, reading about, oh man, I know how that feels. So I'm reading about seeing this, or I'm reading about getting the job of my life. I know exactly what that feels like. I know what it is. So it's already inside of me. That's just for me.
Yeah.
But I think the more that you are in touch with your own emotions, and the more experience that you have, the better actor you can be. Yeah. I mean, you could be 20 years old. You can be Dakota Fanning at 7 years old and just knock it out of the park. But all they're asking her to do is just be a great 7-year-old. Yeah. They're not asking a 7-year-old Dakota Fanning to be 42 years old, you know.
But living truthfully in fictional circumstances is very difficult.
No, it's not, man. It's not, because especially if you're in the moment. If you're in the moment, if you are that character and you are empathizing with everything that character is empathizing with, if that character loves that woman or that man, then you are playing that character, and you can love that person, that woman or that man, or you can hate that woman or that man, or it's whatever it is. You know, you can, if you're playing him and you're that in touch with it, you can go there. It takes time.
Do you really feel the love?
Yes, no doubt about it, man. When I was on Queen Sugar, I was in love with Tina Leffert. I was in love with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm there working with her. I was in love with her. Like, for real, you know? So, yeah.
Think about how you might have a scene where you have to really be in some deep emotion.
Yeah.
And then you got to go home. And if you really felt it, that is still on you.
Man, it's a lot of guys who I know, especially the what is it, the Stanislavski guys, right? Man, they won't even talk to you while you shooting. They won't. Now, when we're doing Django, Walton Goggins was like, hey, look, man, can we be friends after this movie? And we are very good friends. But he was like, I don't like you. I'm not supposed to like you. I don't want to talk to you. And after the movie's over, he's like, Omar, I love you with all my heart. I love you. Come on, let's
That's
go.
hard because Walter in that film is playing hardcore racist slavery.
Yes, like,
enforcer.
and jealous of the black man.
So off the set, he's not fucking with you.
Nah, I mean, he might have, you know what? He had 2 weeks off. We both had 2 weeks off. And he was like, yo, Omar, let's go get something to eat. And we went to get something to eat. He's like, you know I'm not an ass. I said, of course, I know you're on your method. And he was like, just so you know. So we talked, and he said, we're going to be really.
So he set the boundary of, I'm not going to be fucking with you.
Yes, he set the boundaries. He said
this next month.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Next month, yeah, next couple of months, I can't.
So he's not talking to Jamie like that. Like like when they say
cameras are
cut,
off. Yeah.
he's not hobnobbing with the black characters,
right.
black actors.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So, you know, but it's whatever it takes for you to get there. That's whatever that process or whatever your method is. And he's one of the best in the world.
But you're not method.
No, man. No, but I empathize with the character.
See, that is Taraji talked on this show about empathizing with the character.
You got to,
even
yeah.
if the character is a villain.
Yes.
The villain doesn't think they're a villain.
They don't, no.
And you have to empathize with them.
Yes.
You have to understand them.
Where they're coming from, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Taraji had it. She knocked it out of the park. That's exactly what it is. You can't think that you're the villain. There's a reason why he or she is doing what they're doing.
Yeah. They believe in it.
Yeah, they believe in it. And it might not be their story. It might be Froghorn Leghorn story, but that other character is like, this is the story of my life.
Yeah.
In reality, the story that we're watching is not their point of view, but in their own being, it's the story of their life.
Yeah.
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 You gotta look at it like that. How's Taraji doing, man?
You tell me.
You tell me.
She's fighting the world to try to get what's right.
I love Taraji, man. She's a beast, man.
Hell yeah.
She's a beast.
So for you to move up, is it for you to connect with a creator who's going to put you in the top? Is it for you to create something?
Well, yeah, it's all of that, right? It's I have tremendous writers who we're working together, and also I have things that I want to do. Hopefully one of them will hit. Man, trust me, I talk to Ava once a week. I'm like, I'm gonna be the star of your next movie, right?
You said that?
I tell her that every week. Every week I tell her that.
And what does she say?
He's like, I know, I know, brother. I know she called me brother. I know, brother. I know. I'm telling you, I'm going to be number one on the call sheet in your next movie. I tell her that once a week, man. I just put it out to the zeitgeist, and hopefully, somebody will catch it. So she got the juice. So yeah, I'm definitely creating my own stuff, and Touré. I'm also trying to create jobs for other people. There's stories I want to tell.
Yeah.
There's stories that I want to produce. My wife and I have a cartoon with Macro right now. She just sold a cartoon with Amazon. So we are just out here trying to do our own thing also. And it's not just about the acting so much, not just about the acting. I've seen from the people who I've been around over the last 25 years that you can't just, my acting teacher told me this a long time ago when I was in high school. He's like, you can't just be an actor. You have to do much more than that. He was talking about voiceovers and all of that type of stuff. But what I take it as now is while people like me and while, I have the ear of a Warner Brothers or an HBO or a Chuck Lorre or Ava or an Oprah, if I come to them with a project that I'm passionate about and it's really defined, that, they can help me see it through. For sure.
Good luck, man.
Thank you,
I
man.
want to see you make it up there.
Oh, yeah, man. We're going to get it. I am, man. I believe it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
As always, man.
Thanks so much to Omar for a great interview, and thanks to you for listening. Touré Show gives you fuel to power your dreams because you can use your dreams like a rocket ship to blast you into a life you never imagined. You can make your dreams a reality. Maybe this show can help. You can find me on Instagram at Touré Show. Touré Show is written by me, Touré, and produced by Jennifer Brown. Our editor is Ryan Woodhall. Our engineer is Claire McHale. And we're distributed by DCP Entertainment. And we will be back on Wednesday with more amazing guests because the man can't shut us down.